Have you ever stopped to think that the way we live in the present is the key to a brighter future? The world doesn't offer us perfect choices, but our response to it can be the transformation we seek. Imagine living a life without the chains of unrealistic expectations and disappointments, where every step you take reflects your true potential. We live in a world where many focus solely on improving their skills, forgetting the most crucial investment: personal growth. But what if I told you that the real magic happens when we dedicate time to our own improvement? It's not about being extraordinary, but about exploring our human capabilities to the fullest. Sadhguru, a wise observer of life, reveals how motivation doesn't need to come from outside. When we are aligned with our purpose, life flows naturally, like a heartbeat. It's time to stop creating exaggerated expectations and start understanding what really matters. Now, I ask you to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Seeds of Mystic Wisdom, to keep receiving more wisdom from Sadhguru. Let's reflect on something important. What the world gives us is not always our choice, but what we do with it is entirely our decision. Avoid creating unrealistic expectations, as they often lead to disappointment. How much you achieve is directly related to the time you dedicate to your own improvement. Nowadays, many people focus on improving their activities, but if you only improve what you do without investing in your personal growth, you're likely to face problems at some point. Others are just living their own lives and creating their own dramas. How you react to this is what really shapes your experiences. If you're feeling depressed, it's not a lack of compassion, but because you're directing your emotions and thoughts inadequately. It's essential to leave the past behind and focus on the future. We can't change the past, but we can build a better future. What I mean is that the way you live in the present is entirely up to you. Sadhguru, a keen observer of life, offers valuable advice on how to move forward even when things don't go as planned. A common concept is that something external must motivate you to act. However, if what you do is truly meaningful, you don't need external motivation. If you feel that what you're doing is important to your life and to others, motivation comes naturally. Life goes on, and when you are aligned with your purpose, everything flows more naturally. Just as your heart beats without needing encouragement, the natural processes of life follow their course without needing an extra push. The amount of achievements you reach depends on the time you dedicate to your own growth. Often, people try to improve their activities without investing in themselves, which leads to failures. If you invest in your own development, your activities will happen more smoothly. Imagine you're on a Formula One track with a poorly adjusted car. Even if you accelerate, the tires will swerve. To compete at that level, you need to properly prepare the car. Many people around me think I'm extraordinary because of what I accomplish, but it's not about being superhuman. It's about exploring possibilities and human potential. Life itself is already amazing, and we don't need external motivation to propel us. Life itself does that for us. In another speech, Sadhguru talks about how avoiding expectations can help keep your life free from problems, disappointments, and regrets. He uses the analogy of throwing a stone. If you throw a stone up, it will fall back on your head, because that's how it works here. If you don't want that, you need to try something different. This is how life works. Creating unrealistic expectations only leads to disappointment. If you want to achieve your goals, it is crucial to accept what is possible and deal with what cannot be changed. Imagine trying to drive a car without knowing how to operate it. If you don't understand the vehicle, you will certainly have difficulties. Similarly, before starting something important in your life, it is essential to understand what you are doing. Take the time to learn about this machine before you start using it. Your body and mind are valuable tools. Wouldn't it be wise to invest time to learn how to use them in the best possible way? Instead of wasting energy creating exaggerated expectations, dedicate yourself to understanding your own capabilities. You can only do what you are capable of, right? No one can do more than their abilities allow, although these abilities can grow over time. Building expectations without understanding your limitations is a mistake. Therefore, instead of creating expectations, focus on developing your body and mind to make the most of them. Action should always be based on circumstances, not on you. When you understand this, expectations disappear. You simply do what is necessary in each situation. If you are in Mumbai, learn about the financial market. If you are in Kanyakumari, learn about fishing. Wherever you are, give your best. This is how life works. In one of his talks, a questioner asked Sadhguru how the environment and situations affect a person's life. Sadhguru gave a fascinating answer. Here is what he said. I have a childhood friend who grew up in a tumultuous environment, with constant fights and a lack of love. Over time, she became a reserved person who does not believe in love or the power of relationships. How can we prevent toxic relationships from negatively impacting our lives? Sadhguru responded, many people look for justifications for their own suffering. My parents were like this, so I am like this. But this is not a productive path because we cannot change our parents. Let's understand this. You have the intelligence to realize that your parents had difficulties. Why don't you have the same intelligence to recognize that you are facing difficulties now? And don't you have the integrity to admit that if you are living poorly, it is because you are allowing it? Each of us faces difficult situations. The more you try to achieve something in the world, the more challenges you will encounter. Does this mean you will become bitter, or will you use these experiences to become a better person? That is your choice. If you have gone through difficult situations, it is crucial to become wiser more quickly than those who grew up in comfort. Do not allow yourself to be unhappy just because others were. Anywhere, there will be problems, and how we deal with them depends on whether we are acting consciously or reactively. Every difficulty, every negative situation we encounter is an opportunity for choice. We become wise or we become wounded. Do not look for ideal situations because they simply do not exist. Everywhere there will always be something you consider negative. And as for parents, they did the best they knew how. If they had known better, they would have done better. They gave you life and enough to get this far. The privilege of being human is having the intelligence to determine our own life experience. Other beings live instinctively and reactively, but we must rise above that. Many humans still live reactively, but it is our choice to live consciously. Many children die young because their parents cannot provide for them. They gave you enough to grow and survive. Now leave the past behind and look forward. You cannot fix the past, but you can build a better future. Let's make this happen. And so, we come to the end of this video. Remember, the way we live in the present is the key to a brighter future. The world does not offer us perfect choices, but our response to it can be the transformation we seek. Let go of unrealistic expectations and disappointments and embrace your true potential. Invest in your personal growth and watch the magic happen. If this content resonated with you, please like and subscribe to our channel, Seeds of Mystic Wisdom, to continue receiving more wisdom from Sadhguru. Your journey of growth and self-discovery begins now. Let's transform our lives together, one step at a time. See you next time.